Mike Joseph for Preseason Central. I'm here with the defensive coordinator, Luke Thompson. Luke, great to have you here on the show. A couple days till you open up. You commanded one of the best defenses in the league last year. Where is the emphasis this year, obviously coming out of spring and these few practices you've had here before you open against Sacred Heart?
We're always just trying to get better, and we're trying to put the players in position to have success. And we've been fortunate to have some good players returning, on all three levels of the defense. And I think our job as coaches is really to try and put them in the best position for them to have success.
Yeah, and you're talking about all three levels. We know that you have a couple kids coming back on the defensive line. It all really kind of starts there, stopping the run, and then obviously playing off of that if you can get a good pass rush. I talked to Keith Earl a little bit about getting a pass rush with four guys. Is that very important for you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Our guys do a great job of buying into everything that we do, and they understand that when we rush four, it allows us to have 7 in coverage. So we want to get to the point where we can rush 4 or maybe even 3 and be able to get heat on the quarterback and not, sacrifice anything from a coverage standpoint.
Right. Now you can rush 4, you can rush 3. That basically tells me a bunch of different looks for you. Now you lose a guy really at every level. Obviously, Brandon Bryant, you lose in the secondary, you lose one of the best defensive backs we've ever had here. And up front, you lose a couple of leadership guys. Where does that leadership come from this year on the defense?
Jerry Poe and Trent Crossan were elected captains by their teammates. I thought they were both great choices. They've done a great job of kind of embracing their leadership role. And then, throughout the other seniors and then even some of the guys that are juniors and sophomores have really taken their reins and stepped up their leadership, whether it be vocal or lead by example.
Does the overall team speed, the things I've seen at the few practices I've been to, does that obviously help you not only up front, but the guys that can just flat out run? And obviously that's what defense is all about.
Oh yeah. We talk a lot about running and hitting. That's what we look for with our players, is guys that can run and hit when we recruit. But yeah, that's been a big emphasis here in recruiting, and the guys have really bought into it. Guys like Mike Root, who's slimmed down a little bit in his time away over the summer and stuff, and even in the spring, really leaning up, and guys like Keith Earl, he's kind of redone his body a little bit, and yeah, I'm excited about our ability to run on the defensive side.
Absolutely. And lastly, now you only have a few days left here till you open up. What is this week like? Obviously, some of them kids getting into classes, is that a little bit tougher for you? What do we got to count down here, 4 or 5 days, correct?
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Today was the first day of classes, so those freshmen, everything's been great up until this point, and now all of a sudden it's, oh my gosh, I have to go to class too. But yeah, it's the guys are excited. They're ready, I think, to play somebody else. I'm glad that we still have a few more days to prep and kind of put some finishing touches on some things, and get out there and compete on Saturday.
Thanks for a couple minutes. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Great to see you.
Mike Joseph for Preseason Central.